My mom prohibited me from celebrating my son's 10th birthday because my brother's kids felt less special. So we moved out that night. A year later, their favored grandkids noticed how joyful my son was. And my brother's jealous meltdown shattered the family. My name is Nick. I'm 35, a locksmith, the guy with the scuffed toolbox and quiet voice who shows up when someone's key snaps at midnight. I live in a small rental with my wife Anna and our son Leo. He's turning 10 this Sunday. He's been sticking post-it notes on the fridge that say 3 sleeps, 2 sleeps, like it's a countdown to a rocket launch. He wants a simple party. Courtyard soccer, hot dogs, a chocolate cake with the number 10 on top. Nothing fancy. In my family, I'm the background guy, the king you swing by guy. If there's a squeaky hinge, a stuck latch, a door that swells in the summer, call Nick. If there's a glow-up, a promotion, a stage photo, and matching outfits in a field at sunset, call my older brother, Andrew. He's the golden one. He doesn't fix doors, doors open for him. I don't hate Andrew. As kids, I trailed him like a shadow with a wrench while he trailed applause. Mom kept score in a ledger only she could see, and somehow he always had credits. And I always had character building. I learned to be useful. He learned to be adored. Saturday afternoon, I stopped by my parents' house to grab a folding table for the party. Mom likes to lend things with a lecture included. She watched me dust it off in the garage and said, "Come inside for tea." Her tone meant agenda. Dad was in his recliner, TV muted, pretending to be neutral like Switzerland in a living room. Mom poured tea, didn't offer sugar, and went straight to the script. "We've been talking," she said. "About?" I asked. "About Sunday." She paused. "About Leo." I waited. "You can't have the party," she said like it was weather. "Your brother's kids don't feel special enough." I blinked. "What?" "They saw those balloons you bought," she said, "and they're sensitive right now. They feel overlooked. A big fuss for Leo would be divisive. It's 5 kids, hot dogs, and a cake." I said, "We're not hiring a brass band." She smiled thin. "Postpone or make it a joint celebration at Andrew's. His yard is bigger, it's only fair. Leo turns 10 once." I said, "We've planned this for weeks." Mom's voice cooled. "If you choose selfishness, don't bring him here afterward. We won't reward it." The kettle clicked off. Dad cleared his throat. No one looked at me. Inside, something small and precise moved into place like pins lining up in a lock. It wasn't rage. It was recognition. I saw the ledger again, the one where my son's joy counted as someone else's theft. "Okay," I said. "Comb, I hear you." I left the folding table where it was. I walked out with empty hands and a thought that wouldn't let go. He turns 10 once, and we are done begging for permission to celebrate our own kid. You don't arrive at a sentence like your brother's kids don't feel special enough out of nowhere. It's built over years, brick by brick, favor by favor, silence by silence. I grew up learning that love at our house had fine print. When Andrew needed a new bat, the budget stretched. When I needed a school fee, we had a serious talk about priorities. When he won trophies, the living room turned into a shrine. When I fixed the broken fence, I got a nod and a good man. I told myself I didn't mind because I like tools and being useful is its own language. But being useful is different from being seen. By 16, I was rekeying rentals for a landlord who paid in cash and complaints. I learned the sound of a cylinder when it's almost there. The way metal talks to you if you listen. I like the certainty. Follow the pins, turn the plug. Door opens, people cry and say thank you. No ledgers, no drama. I met Anna on a lockout call. She brought me water and asked if I wanted lemon. Lemon, that detail still lives in my head. We got married at the courthouse with a grocery store cake and a tiny bouquet Anna tied with blue thread from her sewing kit. The cake didn't photograph well. It tasted perfect. Andrew married Jenna in a vineyard. There were drones and a hashtag. When Leo was born, I held him in thought. This is it. This is my whole job now, make the world a little kinder at the edges. We don't have much, but we have clear rules. Don't lie, don't keep score, don't weaponize help. My side of the family runs on small asks. "Nick, can you install a smart lock at Andrew's?" He'd pay a pro, but we're family. "Nick, can you look at our garage door Saturday? It's loud. Your father can't nap." "Nick, can you pick up the kids?" Jenna's spa day went long. At first I said yes to all of it. That's how you keep peace. You pay the tax, but taxes turned into tithes. If I invoiced them, I'd be cold-hearted. If I didn't, I'd be a good son. The ledger always existed. The labels shifted to keep me in my place. We keep a budget notebook at home. Pencil numbers, groceries, gas, rent. I added a tiny page last year. Family jobs, hours, parts. I told myself it was just to remember. January through June, $37. Parts, $213. Reimbured, $0. Mom texted in March, we'll settle up after Easter. Easter, then Mother's Day, then things are tight in June. But Andrew posted a photo of their new espresso machine with the caption, invest in mornings. Cool. It isn't just money, it's the posture, the assumption that our time is elastic, that Leo's schedule can bend around real things. Last year we tried a joint party for his knife. It makes sense, Mom said. Children learn to share. Sharing turned into our kid fading into the wallpaper while Andrew's kids got the center spot and the big slice with the topper that said, family first. The photos looked adorable. Leo asked me later if joint meant not really mine. Anna cried in the bathroom with the fan on. She hates crying where people can hear. I stood outside the door and stared at a towel rack I had installed for my parents and never got paid for. I thought about sending an invoice with a line item for respect. I didn't. That felt petty. Also, I knew the ledger would flip it into proof that I was calculating. My mom has a tone when she says my brother's kids' names. It's soft and round, a spoon and honey. When she says Leo's name, it's brisk, efficient, like she's filing paperwork. She doesn't mean to, she believes she loves us equally. The ledger says otherwise. In the weeks before Leo's 10th, we planned small. 12 balloons, $16. Hot dogs, buns, juice, $41. Paper plates and candles, $9. A used soccer net off Marketplace, $20. Chocolate, butter, flour, $27. Total $113. Leo made a guest list of 5 kids and wrote their names in careful blocky letters. He drew a tiny cake next to each name. He saved 2 seats for his cousins because he still wants everything to work out. Then Mom's kitchen. Postpone or make it joint. Your brother's kids don't feel special enough. I said no. It scared me how quiet the word came out. That night the phone lit up. Aunt texts, Dad calls, Andrew's brotherly voice notes. The pattern is predictable. Is a compromise really so hard? Aunt, be pragmatic. We're one family. Dad who becomes pragmatic when it's convenient. Bring the cake to ours. We've got a theme. Andrew always brand conscious. Don't be selfish. Nicholas, Mom. She uses my full name when she thinks she's saving me from myself. Anna watched me put my phone face down. What do you want to do? She asked. I stared at the streamers on our kitchen table. I thought of Leo's drawings taped to the fridge. I want to give our son his day, I said, and I want to stop negotiating for basic joy. Then let's do that, she said. Mom's last text came at 10:41 p.m. If you go through with this, don't bring him here afterward. We cannot support your choices. You read that and realized support in this family has always meant control. I slept light. In my dream, I was turning a stubborn cylinder. It finally clicked. Sunday morning, Leo came barreling into the kitchen in mismatched socks. Is it today? Is it double digits? He asked. It's today, I said. It's double digits. We iced the cake together. I don't know how to do those smooth bakery swirls. Mine look like small waves. Leo said they were cool like mountains. Anna piped the 1 and the 0 a little crooked. It felt right. At 9:12 a.m. my mom called. I let it ring. At 9:14, Andrew. At 9:19, Dad. The call log looked like a fire alarm. We opened the courtyard gate. I taped a paper sign with an arrow that said Leo's 10 like it was a treasure map. Kids arrived, backpacks, chatter. Shy hellos turned into chaos, which is another word for joy when you're 10. We played penalty kicks into the used net. Leo scored, skidded on his knees, yelled, yes, like he was announcing something bigger than soccer. At 10:03, the gate rattled. Mom walked in with Andrew and Jenna behind her like a small parade that didn't check the schedule. They were uninvited and dressed like they were here to host. My stomach sank. Anna stood a little straighter. Leo came to my side and grabbed my hand. His palm was sticky with frosting he tested. Mom glanced around. Balloons, paper plates, the $20 net like it was contraband. She made the face she makes when a server puts cilantro on her food. Nicholas, she said, voice carrying, we told you the conditions. This is Leo's party, I said. Calm. I heard my own tone and felt steady. Andrew smiled like a politician. Bro, we're not here to fight. We're here to rescue this. Bring the cake to our place. The cousins are waiting. We've got entertainment, a better grill and arch. It looked good. Jenna tried to step in. Let's be adults, she said to me, then softer to Mom. It's not a competition. Mom ignored her. You're making the other children feel less than, she declared. That's not who we are. I looked at Leo's friends, wide-eyed, clutching paper cups. I looked at my son. I looked at the woman who gave birth to me, somehow forgetting that celebration isn't theft. You can stay and be kind, I said, or you can leave. Mom's eyes widened like I'd slapped her. Excuse me? You heard me, I said. No speeches, no conditions, no rescue. You're guests or you're gone. Andrew laughed. Big words, small budget. Something in me wanted to list every unpaid hour I'd poured into his house. The security cameras, the rekeying after his lost key, the Saturday mornings I gave up so his weekends could breathe. Instead, I chose the simplest truth. Stop, I said. He blinked. What? Stop making my son's birthday about your kids, I said. Stop turning our life into your project. Stop walking into spaces you weren't invited to and acting like you own them. Mom shifted to guilt mode. After everything we've done for you? You turned done for me into a bill, I said. I'm not paying it anymore. Andrew stepped closer, voice low to sound scarier. Think carefully about your next move. I have, I said. It's cake. I turned to the kids. Who wants to sing? The courtyard erupted with the wobbly, loud chorus of 9 and 10-year-olds. Leo's face glowed with joy. He closed his eyes, made a wish, and blew out 10 small flames in one go. He cheered. They cheered. It felt like oxygen. Mom stood frozen, then snapped. If you leave like this, don't come back. We won't be treated this way. We won't be treated like that either, I said. No heat, just a fact. Andrew tried one last power play. Text me when you come to your senses. I didn't promise anything. They left. We cut cake. The boys bickered over the corner piece. Someone spilled juice. Someone shouted, goal. Life moved on. When the last guest left with a sticky goodie bag, our courtyard looked like a confetti storm. Anna leaned against me and whispered, I'm proud of you. I exhaled for the first time all day. I meant it, I said. This isn't revenge, it's closure. We cleaned up, then looked around our place like it was a map we finally understood. Pack a bag, I said. We need a night away from the noise. We stuffed clothes into a duffel, scooped legal papers into a folder, and Leo picked 2 Lego minifigs so they wouldn't be lonely. We left the dripping faucet we'd ignored and the coin jar on the counter. We locked the door from the outside. The lock clicked, and it felt like a sentence ending in the right place. We checked into a budget motel off Route 8. The AC hummed like a steady friend. Leo fell asleep between us, smelling like sugar. Anna looked at me in the dim light and asked, Are we really doing this? Yeah, I said. We are. We didn't go far, just far enough to hear our own voices. 2 motel nights turned into a short-term sublet above a barber shop. The landlord handed me the keys and said, Deadbolt sticks. You look like you know what you're doing. I fixed it in 5 minutes and felt like we might be okay. We brought what we could carry, 2 duffels, a folding table, Leo's beanbag, the coin jar. We bought a second-hand mattress and a $40 couch that leaned left. The place smelled like hair tonic downstairs and fresh air upstairs. Mornings, we woke to the shop's radio and the hum of clippers. I liked it. It sounded like people working. The family's reaction came in waves. Week 1, calls, 27 missed from mom, 14 from dad, 9 from unknown numbers. Voicemails like press releases. We're devastated. Mom, be reasonable. Dad, therapy for the kids is expensive because of you. Andrew, classic. Let's talk like adults. Mom again, after the anger cooled into manipulation, I saved every voicemail in a folder labeled weather. When I felt weak, I listened to remind myself what a storm sounds like. Week 2, the money squeeze. Mom texted, We've fronted a lot for you over the years. If you choose this path, we need to settle up. She attached a list of loans, including a grocery run from 2018 and diapers from 2015. I screenshotted it and added it to weather. I didn't reply. You can't audit love retroactively to make disobedience expensive. Week 3, the smear. Jenna posted a quote about ingratitude over a beige aesthetic with 3 heart emoji likes. An aunt texted, family forgives. Another texted, but you went too far. Both went to weather. I stopped checking Facebook. Our life shrank and got better. Mornings, walking Leo to school down Maple, passing Mr. Ortiz sweeping his deli sidewalk. He started keeping lemon lollipops for Leo. Your boy's polite, he said. Evenings, soccer in the park with a ball losing hexagons, homework at the folding table, pasta too many nights in a row. Laughter. I took extra lock jobs and raised my rates by $10 because my work is worth it. I wrote it on the invoice without apologizing. Some clients paid, some didn't. I told family my rates. $95 hour plus parts, $115 on weekends. Mom laughed. Andrew sent a Yelp screenshot. I said, hire them. They didn't. In March, Dad called at 6:13 a.m. about a broken garage door. I offered Friday at 2, same rates. He hung up. They hired someone who charged $140 and left a mess. Mom texted a photo. This is what happens when family doesn't help. I didn't reply. Leo changed. He slept better, stopped asking about grandmas, started inviting friends like Omar. We started saving in jars, summer and emergency, fed by tips, side jobs, and Anna's ham sales. It was slow, then steady, not easy. A check engine light hit hard. We skipped pizza to fix the car. Leo asked if we were poor. I said, "We're careful," he told his friend. "It means we pick our fun on purpose." At the hardware store, Andrew saw my supplies and smirked. "Still playing handyman?" I shot back. "Still playing eldest son?" He said I thought I was better. I said I was healthier, done paying imaginary debts. He walked off mad. Summer brought a lake trip, gas, sandwiches, $7 parking, sunburn, simple joy. In September, the school counselor called. Leo's kind, advocates for himself. I cried quietly on the barber shop steps. We barely spoke to my parents. Declined their holiday invites with one line, "We're staying in." They sent centerpiece photos. We ate cookies in mismatched pajamas. Leo slept with chocolate on his cheek. For Leo's 11th birthday, he wanted cousins. I said they might not come. He listed them anyway with Omar, Liam, Eva. We fixed the courtyard net, got a bubble machine discount from a guy I'd helped. Jenna brought the cousins, no Andrew. Mom came, tried a grandkids photo, but the kids ran for bubbles. Leo shared cake with his cousin. Andrew showed up late, mocked the budget party, claimed I broke Mom's heart and his kids needed therapy. He demanded an apology. I crouched to Leo, checked if he was okay. He nodded. I told Andrew to leave or I'd call it a disturbance, citing 71 voicemails and 94 texts. He flinched. Jenna pulled him away. He shouted, "You'll regret this." The kids kept laughing. Joy won. That night, Mom's texts ranged from "families disagree" to "nasty." I ignored them, tucked Leo in. He said, "Best party." I stopped apologizing for taking space. Our life's simple. Soup Tuesdays on a hemming pants, jars for cleats and camping. Mom sends neutral texts. I reply when I want. Andrew asked to be brothers again, needed a camera installed. I said I was booked. He called me selfish. I let it go. I'm not angry, just clear. Joy isn't a limited pie. Help isn't help if it's a debt. Boundaries are doors that lock for quiet. "We don't do that" is enough. This isn't winning, it's closure. I'm a locksmith, hearing the click when it's time. My job's not just doors. It's our table, Leo's lopsided cake, saying leave and meaning it. We stepped through a new door and stayed.